It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff show on the radio. Jeff, coming up, opening audio, and I'm actually excited about this one because yesterday I did give you guys a little extra treat, gave you a little triple scopy, but today we're going back to the double dippy. That's the two audio clips for opening audio.
Thank you for walking us through that.
No problem.
Yeah.
I speak in ice cream puns.
No, yeah, you do. And in tongues and different things.
And
sounds.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Sprinkles.
Yeah.
Razzling and dazzling. But I got to tell you this. It's interesting because you have a fear. You don't like flying. You don't like porta potties.
Right.
Those are your two big fears. These are all combined into one.
See, the thing is, look, both I'll do. Both I'll do. It doesn't mean that, I don't have heart palpitations at times when I do both.
Do you palpitate in the porta john and or on the airplane?
On the airplane, it's sometimes.
Okay.
But in the porta john, I just got to make sure that I'm aware of my surroundings.
Do you look for it to be like on secure land, so like you wouldn't go on like by a hill?
No. A random porta potty on a hill, not my type of thing.
Not your bag.
Right.
Okay, so we have two of Jeff's biggest fears all in one, where an emergency landing had to happen. And finally, if I were to say to you, like if I were just be worried about you as a friend, and I were to just say, Jeff, I had a cat. He needs some cuddles. I'm here for you. Would you take me up on said offer?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, I'm saying I have a cat.
You have a cat,
right? I guess I look at your face and you look sad. And I offered you the cuddling of my cat. Would that help you in any way?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, look, cats each have their own personality. You never know what you're going to get. You hand the cat to me, I get swatted. It's
true.
A mess. I had a cat. Fidel Castro was his name, and I got to tell you, you never knew what you were going to get with Fidel, like the real Fidel.
Like the real Fidel. Yeah. That's right. One day, well, here's the thing. So there was and I mean this with all due respect, Swifties, a.k.a. Taylor Swift fans, are a very special group of people. But this is probably the Swiftiest of the Swifties that I've ever come into contact with.
Be careful.
Wow.
You don't want to get doxxed.
I see. I'm worried about getting doxxed. So coming up, Jeff's biggest fear, and then I think, we're going to talk a little bit about a Swiftie who's offering her kitty up for a little bit of love, Jeff.
Wow. That's all it takes, huh? Just for your favorite artist, you offer up your kitty, huh?
And your flat.
Okay, all right.
All right. Opening audio's next after the Doobie Brothers. It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff show. Time for opening audio, Jeff.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
Now, Jeff, two of your biggest fears are that of being in a porta potty, but also that of flying.
Well, the porta potty, my one fear within that is being tossed over inside of it. I don't think that there's any coming back from being dumped over inside of a porta potty. You have become that
porta potty guy?
That's it, and everybody knows it, right?
Well, that's true. I mean, I guess you could clean up, but then you have the blue dye. But then I guess it becomes a biohazard, right?
Yeah, and then the flying thing, which I do kind of not often, but it's not like I don't.
To go see family,
but I do.
And whatnot.
Right, I do. Still to this day, it's unbelievable. It's I still get just a little something in there, a little bothered.
A little butterfly.
Yeah, if it's going down, it's lights out. I don't know why. I just don't realize that.
Yeah,
right?
There's something to be afraid of. If you're on a plane and it's destined to crash, you're destined to not make it, right? So don't worry about it. Right. That's the way I look at it. Right. So anyway, the first bit of opening audio for me is a kind of a combination of the two for you, and I want to know how you would react personally in this particular situation.
I talked to the crew, and it sounds like it's quite bad back there. It's still really bad. The crew is vomiting, and passengers all around are asking for masks. It sounds like I think 20-minute flight to Cleveland is probably the better option instead of going an hour and 40 straight ahead to Boston, especially with it kind of being a biohazard. I think we need to probably get this plane on the ground ASAP.
So, in essence, somebody had such a bad bathroom experience that the entirety of the flight crew was throwing up. The entire plane was asking for masks. They were gagging. They were throwing up. What do you do there?
How much of a pig do you have to be that you absolutely can take down
an airplane, an airliner?
Right.
Well, see, there, and see, that's the other thing. I was thinking, what are you eating to create? I mean, is that gefilte fish?
No, it's not gefilte.
No, if it's not gefilte, what do we got? What do we got?
You made
Vienna's?
You made a call at the airport, and it was a bad call. You know what you did? You went Nathan's. You saw it there, right? It was a smaller airport. You didn't go and have the sit down because you didn't want to spend the money. You go, you get like a Chipotle. You could do the bowl, make it easy. But you went Nathan's hot dog. You didn't go 2. You went 3. And then, the world just comes undone for you. That's
and you're telling me you believe Nathan's could create such a biohazard on a plane that the crew is out there throwing up and everything?
Yeah, but for them to create that craziness. But you got to understand that it's not just that. You obviously had something else within you that you had prior that was just sitting there, and this helped. The Nathans helped move it along.
So let me ask you something. And again, you have knowledge of the big community. That's something that you're known for. If you were to guess the size of the individual who evacuated an entire plane and made four flight attendants throw up and have an entire plane ask for gas masks to have an emergency landing in Cleveland. What's your guesstimation on size, maybe girth?
Yeah,
where are you laying there?
No, and I thank you for asking me this.
No, I
appreciate it. I'm here for you on this. 295.
295.
He's afraid. He knows the 3 is coming.
Is he 5'6"?
He knows the 3 is coming.
Okay.
He's 5'9.5". He knows the 300 pounds is coming, but he keeps telling himself, "Listen, when I get back from this vacation, I'm going to change things because I never thought that I'd be near 300 pounds, and he's just never going to get there because of situations like this."
Right.
And this, he should be federally charged.
Should be federally
charged.
Okay. Right. Should he be thrown in the clink?
Look, that's
jail time.
Listen, that's up to the DA. But I think that he needs to be held accountable. There needs to be made an example of. And let's do it this way. When you take down an airplane, you moose, okay?
You buttermilk cow.
Because you couldn't stop. You walked past those boiling hot dogs and had to have 3, all right? Just because of that, you should be held accountable for this, okay?
All right, so 300 pounds and he should be arrested.
295. He's close.
He's approaching 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
For those of you who do not know, your children or grandchildren are very familiar with an artist known as Taylor Swift. I know you've heard of her. Everyone has. She's dating Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. There are fans of Taylor Swift called Swifties, much like if you're a fan of Ozzy, you're called an Ozzyite. Or if
you?
Yeah. Or if you're
Ozzyite?
Yeah.
Or if Don't just make things up.
Or if you're a fan of Rush, you're a Rushate. Right? Something like that. So this is a Swiftie, right? So think about an Aerosmith. You're a Tyler boy.
A Tyler boy.
You're a Tyler boy.
I'll tell you what. You combo an Ozzyite and a Tyler boy. You've been in rehab for 20 years.
Throwing a Keith Richards, you're not making it.
Throwing a Keith Richards, your liver is iron. Right?
So this Swiftie decided that she wanted to reach out to Taylor personally after feeling she might be hurting inside just a little bit.
Just found out that a lot of things have happened to Taylor Swift, and I don't know how I'm gonna, like, make this video and show it to her. But I'm gonna do it somehow. Or some way, I don't know. But Taylor Swift,
She's 36.
if you need somebody to hug, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need anything,
This girl.
privately DM me. We can set up a time to meet or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. If you want to hang out and spend some time with this adorable cat named Nala that is right now trying to comfort me, you can. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that. Okay?
My initial reaction is I'd rather hang out with Pogo the clown.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'd rather have lunch with BTK.
Right.
Okay.
I'd rather go to the steeple with Dennis Rader and sit inside, okay?
Okay.
Not hang out with this chick.
I'd rather do any of that, trust me. Who is this? Oh, you want to grab dinner today? Sure, son of Sam. Let's go.
From deep in the middle of the mountains to downtown Asheville and everywhere in between, the Rizzo and Jeff Show is there for you. Just don't ask us to borrow money, please. The Rizzo and Jeff Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
I just figured something out, Jeff, and I don't know if you know this. We, you and I, are the office hotties. You and I.
Don't insult
No.
your coworkers.
Listen.
Okay.
67% of women over the age of 50 get hot and bothered at work at least once a week. And I got to think around. I'm like, we'll chat about it coming up after Seeker, but I got to think about who else is in the office.
Yeah. Are you sure?
I think it
smart
might
of
be
you
us.
to travel down this road. If I was you, I'd rethink any conversation about any of your coworkers getting hot and bothered.
I'm just
Okay.
I'm talking about a news story.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we'll just talk about
We're
how.
not going to talk about our coworkers getting hot and
No,
bothered.
I just said it's good to know that we are the office hotties. That's
Okay.
all I said. I think we're the office hotties.
All right.
Do you disagree?
Look, I'm not sure what people think of us in here. I gotta be honest.
It is 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Jeff, I said we were the office hotties, and it actually makes me kind of feel good.
Yeah, I don't believe that whatsoever, but I'll roll with you on this. Somebody told you something, you saw something that kind of triggered this. What is that? What?
Well, I'll tell you what triggered this, Jeff. When I see that 67% of women age 50 and up admit to getting hot and bothered at least once a week at work, I say to myself, it starts here, right? So obviously, you and I are the office hotties, but it's in every office.
Okay, so people think of us in the office and get hot and bothered.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Do you not? Do you disagree?
I don't think that it's necessarily your coworkers that get you hot and bothered. It could be just about anything.
Well, see, you say that
That's
because
you
that's
trying to
you
feel better about
yourself.
yourself.
Now, see, you're downplaying it.
No, I'm
but
not.
no, yes, you are. You're downplaying it. What the fact of the matter is, this study came out. They did a whole thing about it, and they say that it's just I guess being of a certain age, they say after you hit 48, 49 years old, you just are free to express yourself, and you feel more comfortable in who you are. And if you're attracted to somebody at work, you just let them know. You just make that move.
So you believe it's us. So they see me limping around the hallway, and you have socks pulled up to your knees, and you believe
they're cartoon socks,
right?
Yes,
and you think
correct.
that they see us in the hallway, and they go, "Man, those two." Give me a minute.
Yes,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? Yes, I do. And as a matter of fact, I've been thinking about it, and I say to myself, think about this. Obviously, we're new. We have that intrigue because I'm reading this article.
There's no intrigue.
What do women like? They like the mystery.
Yeah.
They like the intrigue. They like people who are outgoing but mysterious. You have a little bit of a mysterious, okay? I'm outgoing, a little more outgoing than you.
So you're a little more outgoing. I don't give you too much. Right?
No,
right.
But that's the thing. It's like they go, wow,
yeah.
I wonder. Because I will say this, I have been firsthand witness to, in many different work situations. I was actually at a restaurant and I saw a waitress flirting hardcore.
Okay.
With one of her coworkers. And her coworker had to be 25, if not 30 years younger than she. And so to read that, when, these women return to the office, it just makes me think, some days when I'm having a tough day, some days when it's hard, that I really am eye candy.
Yeah.
And I haven't been eye candy in a long time.
Yeah. I
am eye candy.
Yeah.
You're eye candy. You don't want to accept it. You just don't want to accept it. That's the problem. You don't want to accept it, and that's fine, but, it's true, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
We're eye candy.
No, we're not eye candy. They just look at us and look like we eat a lot of candy. We're king size everything, When you go to the Walgreens and you just look down there as you're waiting in line and you see it and you say to yourself, don't do it. You don't need the king size Reese's bar. But you do.
So you're right. You don't want that 4-piece Reese's. So you're saying we're a 4-piece Reese's snack?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, we're far from a snack, my friend. All right.
Listen, all I'm saying is that it says that due to changes in desires of women over 50, especially returning into the office, they feel that their drive has increased on the latter half of their life. And, almost 70% of women surveyed. So they've experienced an increase in desires towards coworkers since the pandemic. And I think the pandemic taught us nothing is that life is short. And I guess the message is life is short. So come on over to the studio.
Yeah.
Anyone?
I got to tell you, really, really can't wait for the kid to go back to school so you could have private time, huh?
It's been a long couple of weeks.
I understand that new things lose their shine after a while. Good news, Rizzo and Jeff never had any polish to lose, so we're ahead of the game there. And 105.9 The Mountain is and always will be free. So enjoy some more of your favorite rock tunes and some unpolished guys who just tried. Give them a break, huh? More Rizzo and Jeff on 105.9 The Mountain next.
It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff show. Jeff, a lot of people like country music. Country music, you could like it, you could love it, you could hate it. The naysayers say it's just about the same thing. It's about trucks and boots.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It is.
Yes.
Just like rock and roll, right? It's a lifestyle. However, and there's a 2 parts to this. One, it's the annoying, aggravating interviewer, okay, that just has to agree with you about everything, number one. Number 2, it's about how this girl believes that she has changed country music. She knows what the issue of country music is, and she's here to solve it. You might not even have heard of her, even if you are a fan of country music or somebody you know. This artist's name is Dash. Now, Dash was on a podcast recently, and she was talking about her issue with country music, and this is exactly what Dash said her issue with country music was.
What happens in country music is people fall into the mundane, and they see what works, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, the same cover art. And I think me coming in with who I am and my song just kind of smacked it on the bum a little bit there and ignited people.
Now, when you tell me that your music smacks people on the bum, I'm going to check it out.
Right. So you say to yourself, wow, if you've never heard of it, I'm going to check this girl out, like you said, and this has got to be something that's pretty, different and remarkable to smack me on the bum if I'm a country music fan.
Well, think about it. I mean, what smacks you on the bum? Is it a Reba?
No.
Does Reba smack you on the bum?
I'd rather smack her on the bum.
I'm with you.
But it's got to, it's got to stand out. It's got to be something that's totally different, something that I didn't expect, where if I heard it, the lyrics are different than the usual, and I'd go, wow. Wow. Okay.
When was the last time, if I were to ask you, that you can remember hearing a song and saying, by golly, I've been smacked on the bum?
Yeah, it's probably been a while. Maybe ever since Who Let the Dogs Out.
Who let the dog? Yeah, you know what? That was a smack on the bum
and
song.
William Hung.
Oh, Willie Hung. That's a good one. Okay, so now we say, okay, so what is this smack on the bum country song? So the song is called Austin. Now, to me, it can't have anything to do
with Texas,
with trucks, Texas, boots, okay, or anything having to do with whiskey.
Okay.
All right. So let's see this smack on the bum country song. And listen, if this song smacks you on the bum, all right, you can shoot us a text or give us a call, 828-240-1059. Just tell me, just say, hey, I was smacked on the bum.
Right.
All right, I just want to hear if you've been smacked on the bum.
That's it. Pretty simple.
Very simple.
Yeah.
$25 with lunch on us, okay, if to Dilbar, if you've been smacked on the bum here.
Did your boots stop working?
Wait. Did your boots? We're already at boots, but all right, I'll give it a chance. Hold on.
Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? Did you burn through money? Did your ex find out?
So thus far, we've mentioned boots and trucks twice.
Right.
All right. Okay, so go ahead.
There's a will and there's a way, and I'm damn sure you lost it. Didn't even say goodbye. Just wish I knew what caused it. Was the whiskey flowing? Were you in?
Okay, whiskey.
Whiskey's
All right,
flowing,
Whiskey's
okay.
flowing.
All right.
Trucks, boots.
Did the nurse come get you? What's your outlook like? I'm in a way back to LA, and that's where you'll be forgotten. In 40 years, you'll still be here, drunk, washed up in Austin.
All right, drunk, washed up in Austin. So we've mentioned Texas. We've mentioned boots. We've mentioned whiskey.
Yep.
We've mentioned, trucks and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to leave it up to you. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't get it.
How's your tush feel?
How does
Is it
your
red?
tush feel?
Right? You've been
All right.
smacked in the bum?
Listen, did that song,
Yeah.
Smacked it on the bum a little bit.
did you get smacked on the bum?
Right.
828-240-1059. Shoot us a text, give us a call, tell us why you were smacked on the bum.
Yep.
All right, because we want to get lunch on us, right, to Dilbar. So you know what? Tell us why you were smacked on the bum.
Right.
All right, this is, again, her name is Dash. The song Austin.
Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? Did you burn through money? Did your ex find out? There's a will and there's a way, and I'm damn sure you lost it. Didn't even say goodbye. Just wish I knew what caused it. Was the whiskey flowing? Were you in a fight? Did the nurse come get you? What's your outlook like? I'm in a way back to LA, and that's where you'll be forgotten. In 40 years, you'll still be here, drunk, washed up in Austin.
All right.
All right.
Well,
How you
were
feel?
you spanked?
You feel like you were taking over the knee on that one?
Did you get a knee slap?
Yeah.
828-240-1059. One person, I know you, listening right now.
Yeah.
Your bum's red.
Yeah.
Just tell me about it.
Yeah, okay.
I want to hear about it.
All right.
No sleep till The Rizzo and Jeff Show. One is older and wiser. The other's life fell to pieces and his fiance is out of glue. Yeah, you get what you get. Here's to hoping we made the right decision. Weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m. on 105.9 The Mountain.
It is 105.9 The Mount Nashville's Classic Rock. Got Johnny on the phone. Johnny, what's up, man?
What's going on, you bunch of pencils?
How are you?
Hey, I'm riding to work in the clouds today.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Foggy.
foggy one out there, huh?
It's froggy. I'm flying high. Hey, listen. Uh-oh, something's coming on right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Listen up. So, 9 out of 10 times when I get out of the shower, usually when I'm walking somewhere to point A, point B in the house, the queen goes ahead and just gives me the old love tap on the old caboose, okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All
right. So you think Dash and that country music started that give you the love tap on the caboose?
All right, boys, have a good day. I'm going to get on with it. Woo!
Woo! All right, there it is. A love tap on the caboose for Johnny, Jeff.
All right. I can just picture that, right?
Me too.
Yeah.
Coming up to JNN. Don't go anywhere, guys. Here's you too. It's 105.9 The Mount, Nashville's classic rock. Why is Johnny talking about spanking?
And his caboose.
It is 105.9 The Mount, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. It is 7:09, and it's time for the JNN. Jeff, what do you got stewing over in that overflowing news pod?
Yeah, we're going to talk Olympics. We got some gold medals that came down the pipe for the first time since 2008. We're going to talk about a bar in Asheville that was named one of the best in the country, according to USA Today. And we got a big boy burger that's coming to McDonald's. It takes a man to eat this puppy. I'm going to tell you what it is. And everybody can think of that one guy that we know that's going to go get this the minute it comes out.
Oh, you do?
You do.
You know it.
We'll talk about that, all right?
The JNN brought to you by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. They are constantly tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered all the time so that they can keep up with you because we all run together. So visit traininfo.com. That is where you're going to find your local independent train dealer. That's traininfo.com because it's hard to stop a train.
It's time for the JNN, the Jeff News Network, with all the news, important information, and local things that you want to know. It won't be here, but hey, they try, so here's the JNN on 105.9 The Mountain now.
So, big shout out to our US men's gymnastics team. They scored the first medal since 2008 when the games were in Japan. So, look, they were all pumped about it. They were all, shedding some tears. I guess it's pretty cool because, look, you give your life to it to make it happen, and when you get it done, it's got to be pretty awesome. That's not easy.
Well,
doing
put
any
it
of
this
that.
way: they were first time since 2008. I have the audio here. They probably have been training since 2008,
right.
To get to this point. So, I mean, this was kind of a cool moment. I think maybe we over dramatized it, but nonetheless,
it's a home run. Oh my God! The drought is over. Team USA, they will be on that medal stand. Olympic medalist Steven Nederazic, you did your job!
Now it's official. The drought is over. There'll be no more questions of when. That time is now. Medalist at the Olympics, the U.S. men.
At one point in your life, I hope everybody in the world gets to experience something like that.
Okay, let me just tell you what that sounded like.
Holy moly.
That sounded like, Buzz Aldrin, all right, walked on the moon, called JFK on a telephone, all right?
Yeah.
It was broadcast worldwide, and I couldn't hear because of the trumpets. Why so many why do you need trumpets?
I guess the trumpet goes with it.
The trumpet doesn't go with it. It's too many trumpets. Can we de-trumpet?
Do you what is your? All you need is one or two trumpets.
You need 1-2 trumpets max. You don't need that many trumpets. We need to de-trumpet the Olympics. Just de-trumpet.
Right, because the moment I wanted to just have the moment, and then you just pound me
with trumpets.
You just pound me hard with trumpets.
You get pounded hard.
Yeah.
What about a double bassoon?
What about a single bassoon?
A single bassoon.
One solo bassoon. That's all I need. Yes.
I don't need to be trumpeted to death.
Vomit with the trumpets.
I can't hear that again. All right, so just de-trumpet. Congratulations to them.
Yes.
Howdy doody.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
Even a bongo.
I don't play the recorder.
I'm with you.
All right,
Hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns. All right. A big shout out because we have, of course, locally. This is a huge town when it comes to this, and distilleries and breweries and everything else. So it's pretty awesome when one of our own gets acknowledged by this. The Crow and Quill, which is a downtown speakeasy, if you don't know, and you should, has been named one of the 2024 USA Today's Bars of the Year. So
that's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
And I don't think they do that many. I think it's like 50 or 100, like in the entire country.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think speakeasies are pretty awesome. It's kind of more my speed, the speakeasy. The days of the nightclub
the days
are over.
Of yonder.
Right. So you go to the speakeasy, you chill, you get something, a nice little cocktail, things like that. It's a cool speakeasy. You don't know exactly where it's at. It plays up with the whole deal of that. So, a big congratulations to them for doing that. It's quite an honor when, you open up a business, you put your heart into it and all those kind of things, and you get acknowledged that way. It's pretty cool.
Especially at that level.
Yeah.
Me and the missus, we were visiting Two Trees, and they have some delicious peanut butter whiskey. But I've been there. I know you've been there. I mean, it's a great place. So congratulations to them. And I tell you what, that's not easy. And this is a foodie town. I mean, so it's pretty cool. We actually really do have some of the best food and bars and places to go in the country. So we're very lucky. This little slice of heaven. Maybe it's a little slice of pie,
little slice of foggy pie this morning.
This little slice of foggy pie.
Yeah.
And speaking of pie, Jeff,
yeah, well,
you have another story coming.
If your friend likes to eat a lot of pie, your friend's going for this one.
From Asheville to... well, that's pretty much all they can handle right now. It's time for the least trusted news network in town. But they are new. The Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, so I feel like it's been a while since, McDonald's really came out with just a real new, instead of just, putting things on things.
They did mixed spaghetti.
Right, yeah, okay. Well,
they have mixed salad.
All right, mixed spaghetti, 1976.
What about the mixed salad shakers?
Yeah. There's just some things, that you don't.
Okay, don't bring up again.
But
right.
yeah. Right. But nevertheless, McDonald's has been testing. This seems to be quite the hit.
I bet it is
in Canada, by the way, and being tested around the world right now. I introduce you to the larger Big Arch Burger. So let me tell you what the Big Arch Burger is. There, okay. It's 2 patties, 3 layers of white cheddar melted cheese, a new special tangy sauce, crispy onions, slivered onions, lettuce and pickles on a brioche bun with multicolored seeds. And I saw a picture of it, and this looks like a burger, my friend. This is some hefty stuff from the Mickey Day. So I think, what do they say, $9?
That's a high price point.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. I'm thinking about fat Canadians. Canadians aren't known to be fat, which is why I'm a little taken aback by why this is so popular. Like, I didn't know this. John Goodman was originally Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of them didn't make it. Oh, my God. Uncle Buck.
John Candy.
Thank you, John Candy.
Well, he didn't mind a Big Archer 6.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
right.
Realistically, you're saying this has really been tested and they really love it in Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonah Hill, I guess, he fluctuates. But again,
no, he doesn't. Not anymore.
Yeah,
and he's not the same. Now he's on. He's like Fashion Week guy now. Walk the runway guy.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I mean, Celine Dion is 8 pounds.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Margaret Cho, not a fat Canadian. Bieber, not a fat Canadian.
No.
Alanis, no.
You're
Keanu,
right.
no.
Yeah.
The Rock, built
The
like
Rock is Canadian? No,
The
he's
Rock,
not.
yeah. Dwayne Johnson, okay, despite not being born in Canada, technically considers himself a Canadian because he was raised in Nova Scotia with his father and grew up in Toronto as a teen.
Rocky Johnson. Okay, all right.
All right,
I got
Dwayne
it.
Johnson, Drake. Very skinny Canadian.
Yeah.
In shape. Shay Mitchell, Ryan Gosling. The ladies love him. Pam Anderson. The Weeknd. I'm just going through. Seth Rogen might be the only chunky Canadian I can think of.
Where are the fat Canadians hiding?
Michael Cera. I'm not a fat. Avril. No. I mean, even Kiefer Sutherland, not a fat Canadian. Anna Paquin, not a fat Canadian. Kim Cattrall. Jim Carrey needs to eat a burger or 6.
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams from The Notebook. Bublé. I mean, he's got a little dad bod, but he's not a fat
That's not
Canadian.
fat. Yeah.
Emmy Michael J. Fox. Not a fat Canadian.
No, he's not. No.
I'm just trying to find one, Jeff. Find me one fat Canadian. Why is this working so well? Matthew Perry, he was Canadian. He was a little chunky at the end.
Well, he ate a lot of things, but it wasn't a burger.
No.
Okay.
No, it was Vicodin.
Right.
All right. So find me a fat Canadian.
All right. Maybe we'll spend the next 3 hours doing that. What do you say? Did you run down everybody that lived in Canada there? Are we done?
Well, the last one was Will Arnett.
Yeah, okay.
And Katie Lang.
All right. Oh, boy. She eats.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show. It's like watching a car drive down the wrong side of the road. You can't look away. The Rizzo and Jeff Show. We'll be right back on 105.9 The Mountain.
It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, The Rizzo and Jeff Show. Ozzy Osbourne, Jeff, is an icon. You know, whether it was, all the way back to the early 70s, late 60s, with War Pigs, whether it was his solo career, whether or not you, were jamming out with a, what were they, 45s or, whatever it is, or on your CDs or on your
45s.
cassette tapes.
Yes.
All right. Ozzy Osbourne, I never understood how he could sing but not speak. Now, about a week or two ago, Ozzy Osbourne went viral for complaining about Britney Spears dancing. And he said something to the effect of, dancing, the same dancing. And it's and apparently Britney got upset about it, Jeff.
Yeah, so he, if you've ever seen the videos of Britney, I'm sure you have, and if you haven't, she's gets on Instagram,
Dances
a little,
with knives.
little crazy.
Yeah.
And, some people are taken back by her, concerned about her. Half of it, I think she does just for the attention of it. But I guess they have their family podcast that they do, and they brought it up, the Osbournes, and he took some shots at her and things of that nature, and they all did, and they chuckled. And Britney wasn't having it, called him a boring family, and then,
anything but, by the way.
By the way, yes, far from it, that entire family.
They created reality TV.
Right.
All right.
So that was the case, and then I guess for some reason, whether they're not getting enough downloads or whatever it may be, Ozzy, he was told, I guess, to respond and apologize, I guess.
Here's what it is, okay? When I see the Prince of Darkness, all right, one of the all-time greats, being propped up on a stick like a puppet, it breaks my heart. Yeah. All right, I get that he's getting older. All right, I get it. I get that he's not what he was. I mean, it happens. We age, but he doesn't know what's going on. If you gave Ozzy an iPhone and said turn it on, he'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Right? So they made him apologize. And even with this apology, Jeff, just tell me if you think this is sincere.
Can we apologize to Britney Spears?
Oh, yeah, Britney, I really owe you an apology. I'm so sorry for making that comment. However, it would be better if you didn't do the same dance.
I'm sorry, but however... All right, hold on, here we go. Let's start that there. Okay.
Rewind.
Every day. Change a few movements.
Listen, I like Britney. I love
Britney Spears. But it's the same dance every day.
No, sometimes she has knives.
I'm sorry for saying.
Sometimes she has knives.
I really do apologize. I love you, and I think you're beautiful.
He has no clue what's happening.
Nobody knows. And first off, Jack in the background with the obnoxious fake laugh.
Are you talking about this?
That's not a real laugh.
No, that's fake.
Right, so it's a manufactured laugh.
Right.
Jack. Okay, all right, so you made it up there, which is fine. But yeah, I guess, I mean, is this what it's come to?
Listen, he's allowed to say what he wants.
So who is
he's
making
Ozzy Osbourne.
Who's making him take it back?
Who do
Jack?
you think? No, Sharon moved. The family moved back to England, right, to live out their final years. They made that decision when Ozzy got sick, right, and his Parkinson's got bad. So she is like a TV woman over. She's like a Gayle King in England, right? So she's got to like save face. So if you hear, it starts out with,
Can we apologize to Britney Spears?
Oh, yeah, Britney, I really owe you an apology. I'm so sorry.
all right. So you think, okay, there it is. I owe you an apology. I'm so sorry. It's done, right?
Right.
No. But then he has to then say, but she does the same dance.
For making a comment. However, it would be better if you didn't do the same dance every day. Change a few movements.
It's Jack.
Listen, I like Britney. I love
I love Britney Spears. But it's the same dance every day.
No, sometimes she has knives.
I'm sorry for saying.
Sometimes she has knives.
I really do apologize. I love you, Will. I think you're beautiful.
Now, I before we did this break, I just checked Britney's Instagram. Okay. All right. Here's the issue. And Ozzy, I love you, man. You are one of the greats. Okay. Britney Spears and the dance you're talking about. When you are looking at a Instagram video and you want to see the next one, you put your finger on the phone and you swipe up. So I think what happens is he watches the dance, right? And then it repeats itself. Okay? He doesn't know that he has to swipe up.
Right, to see
the next dance.
One. Right.
Okay,
right.
so he believes, and he truly does, that Britney is doing the same dance. And so, how about instead of making a spectacle and saving face for your Good Morning Britain show, Sharon, you show Ozzy how to swipe up. Just to
she could show him 100 times, and she'll think that he said wipe instead of swipe, and he'll just start wiping up. Okay? No.
He ain't wiping up anything, man.
From the best classic rock songs of all time to the best radio show of all time. We're sure that show is somewhere. We just can't tell you where. So here's more of the Rizzo and Jeff Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. You are listening to the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Jeff, coming up. It's already on the 105.9 The Mountain Facebook, and it is a very important topic because it has been made a day. It's a day that is special to me. It's a day that you feel is, either undeserving or overrated? I don't want to put words in your yap.
Yeah. Today is National Golden Girls Day. And if there's one thing that you want to learn about Rizzo, it's that he is a big Golden Girls fan. Enjoys the program, okay? So I asked a question, and we're going to take this to listener court coming up in a little bit, and you can feel free to jump in right now with your opinions on this if you agree with me or you don't. But I believe that the television show Golden Girls is completely and utterly overrated. I think that it got a lot of cult lore about it, and that's kind of what brought it back. I don't think that it was such a big deal in the 80s as it turned out to be. And the same with Betty White in a sense,
With Betty White?
Yeah. And I just think that dude. That people have made so much more of what this show is than that it actually really is. And now we have bought into it that it's such a good television program because it's just we've been beaten over the head with it. I don't believe that the show is as good. I just think it's just overrated for what it is. And to have a day that celebrates it, that is today, is a bit much.
Well, we don't often celebrate days here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. We don't get real silly like that. But listener court is coming up in, about 10, 12 minutes or so. We got some music, and then we're going to start. But Jeff is going to present his case, and I thought that maybe we would take a moment to keep you abreast of what's happening. So maybe, just maybe if you drive at this time, if you're driving at this time and maybe you don't get the opportunity to check out Listener Court, okay? Because you're dropping the kids off. You can give us a call at 828-240-1059 or shoot us a text or comment on the 1059 The Mountain Facebook and, give us your opinion. Do you like the Golden Girls? Do you think it's overrated? Is there anyone in particular that sticks out to you? Like Jeff, even Betty White, overrated? Do you believe that?
Yeah.
828-240-1059. I just wanted to give people an opportunity to share in the love and joy that is National Golden Girls today before we had the listener court.
Yeah, no, we're going to have the listener court, and look, we'll battle it. And I'm going to tell you this. I think there's more people that really are on my side that think that the show is just a little bit overrated. It's given more love than it deserves.
There's no way that people believe that. There's no way that people believe that. 828-240-1059. We'll discuss that coming up around 8:05. So you're going to want to stick around for that. But I promise you, I will clean. You clean sweep me last week, brother. Clean sweep's coming your way. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's time for Listener Court. Rizzo and Jeff have a problem they need help with, and you decide the outcome. Sort of like when you were caught speeding on 26, but it wasn't your fault. Kind of like that, except one of them is really in the wrong. Listener Court is next on 105.9 The Mountain. It's time for Listener Court. Kind of like Kramer and Kramer, but not as good, or educated, or without real lawyers. Okay, it's just Rizzo and Jeff, and they're kind of upset about something and need your help. Listener Court begins now. Court is in session on 105.9 The Mountain.
All right, well, today is National Golden Girls Day, and if there's one thing that you need to learn about Rizzo is that he is a big Golden Girls fan. I am of the belief that the Golden Girls is a pretty overrated television program. And if you are with me on this, 828-240-1059, the concept and the belief that for women who are middle-aged to elderly, Sophia, Dorothy, Blanche, Rose.
I would say Sophia's elderly. Okay.
All right. All living together within this house right outside of Miami. Okay. None of them can get their lives right. One of them is a lush. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. So
wow.
The rest of them get none. Right. Rose is just some doofus running around. All right. Can't get it right. Nobody at that age acts that goofy. Right. And for us to believe, that these women are in their early to mid-50s on this television program. That's what they want us to believe, folks. Okay?
That's what they looked like. Maud was only 40.
Okay, so let me run down a little list for you. And this is what the Golden Girls wanted us to believe, that these ladies were in their 50s, all right? Let me just run a few ladies that are in their 50s by you, okay? Salma Hayek, Halle Berry, Jennifer Lopez, Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Aniston, just to name a few of women that are in their early to mid-50s. Now, they were going to make us believe that they were all that. Sofia Vergara. How about this? How about even Vanna White is 67 years old, and we're all supposed to sit here and believe that these women, right now, none of them above the dirt, thanks to my friend Mikey at this point, so the show is just unbelievable and overrated. These are women that clearly look like you were in their 70s and still believing that they're out there. They're fruitful. They're sexing it up. Right.
Yes.
Extremely active.
Yes, they were.
It was a show that was it a nice show? Did we enjoy the program? Yes. It wasn't as big in the 80s as it turned out being later down the road.
That's not true.
Because I don't think anybody was buying it at that point either. It became a cult phenomenon. So I'm a believer, and if you are with me, I'll say it again, 828-240-1059. Golden Girls on this National Golden Girls Day, a pretty overrated television program. And if you are with me on this, 828-240-1059.
It's time for Listener Court. Kind of like Kramer and Kramer, but not as good. Okay, it's just Rizzo and Jeff, and they're kind of upset about something and need your help. Court is in session.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me take you back to Ronald Reagan and Dan Quayle. Let me take you back to a time when life was simple. Let me take you back to a time when you could leave your door unlocked and everyone was your friend.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Now, Jeff wants you to focus on the fact that these women, they weren't in their early 50s. They couldn't be active. They couldn't be sexy. They couldn't be themselves. Because you know what? You don't know what it was like to be 50 in the 80s. You lived through the Great Depression. You lived through the hardest times you lived through World War II. You married, you had children, and then sadly men died in their 50s and 60s, and there you were after 40 years getting married, 50 years getting married at 18, left alone. 4 lonely women come together to create comedy gold. And what do I mean comedy gold? All on the shoulders of B. Arthur. I have a clip here to prove to you that not only is this show not overrated, it is underrated. It has stood the test of time. I will show you that the comedic timing is exactly what this is what TV shows like this is why America was the way that it was in the 80s and why it's not the way that it is now. TV shows like The Golden Girls, wholesome, fun, loving, little edgy, all right, little bit silly, but there was always a lesson to be had, love to be passed around, love to be made, and fun and laughter to be had by all.
Hi, it was real.
Guess who's here?
My date.
Your husband.
I don't have a husband. Call the police. Your ex-husband. I'll call the police.
Listen to the comedic timing.
I am so nervous all of a sudden. Of course, I'm also very excited. I mean, I have dreamed about this moment all my life. Oh, honey.
Darling.
Ready?
Hi, it's me, Stan.
Ted, what a surprise.
It's great to see you again. What about me, babe?
Go hug a landmine.
Go hug a landmine. So, my point is, I don't often think it's appropriate to celebrate days. But I think it's time to suspend disbelief. Yes, you're talking about Jennifer Aniston. You're talking about Selma Hayek. You're talking about people who got plastic surgery, but these women they didn't need plastic surgery. They didn't need cosmetic surgery. They didn't need it because they had confidence. They exuded sex appeal. Yes, I believe Blanche went to the Rusty Anchor. Yes, I know that Dorothy was, she was doing her thing when she was substitute teaching. I know that Sophia Petrillo, she went out. She did her thing with Angelo and God knows who else. She lived, she loved, and they lived a life. So if you are with me and you believe that The Golden Girls wasn't just a moment of time, but it is a timeless classic television show, I need you to remember the 1980s. I need you to remember what life was like and think about it now. We can barely understand what our kids and grandkids say. Back then, we stood for something. It meant something to be an American, and it meant something to watch television. Ladies and gentlemen, The Golden Girls is the greatest show that has ever been made.
Okay, you've heard both sides. It's time to pass your ruling. So put on your best Judge Judy or Night Court hat and call now. 828-240-1059. One of these guys is going home unhappy. The ruling is next.
1059 The Mount Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff show. We are in the middle of listener court, and we're talking about the Golden Girls. Very simply put, it's also up on the 105.9 The Mountain Facebook page. Jeff, you believe that they are overrated? Is that what it was? You said something about the ladies not being believable?
Yeah, look, it's National Golden Girls Day, and we took it to listener court. You're a big Golden Girls fan, and I am of the belief that I think the show is just slightly overrated. I think we give it a little too much more love than it actually probably really needs. You, on the other hand, laid out your case about the love and everything, all
friendship, the comedic timing, everything, the adulation,
you name it all. So look, the listeners have to decide. You're the jury. 828-240-1059. Feel free to jump in at any time, all right?
Yeah, and we have some people on the phone. I do know, all I heard, and again, we're going to get to you in just a second, but that someone is very angry at Jeff.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but we're going to start off with the always incomparable Grandma Emma, then we will get to all of your calls. So again, 828-240-1059. Are the Golden Girls overrated, yes or no? Let's start off with Grandma Emma. Grandma Emma, good morning.
Hello, this is the ultimate Golden Girl speaking.
Oh, I knew you would be. What do you got, Grandma Emma? Teach us. Speak to the people.
First of all, I'm running late for work. That's the only way I caught this.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. But, the Golden Girls is still a classic. My grandkids all know the Golden Girls. They know everybody. I've got 16 grandkids, as you well know. But, yeah, it's still on Sunday morning. It's on my TV because back in the day when I was in my 50s, I was Blanche, and I would still be Blanche if I could.
So you are Blanche. You go to the Rusty Anchor, you sing, you wear those skimpy little dresses, and Grandma Emma just goes out, and that's why she's got 16 grandbabies, right?
Absolutely, and I still go out, and I still wear the skimpy dresses because I still got the legs for it.
You know what else comes on Sunday mornings? I watch instead The King of Queens.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
I watch that at night. I watch it at night.
There you go. All right.
You know what, Grandma Emma? You're like ZZ Top. You got legs. You hear me?
Absolutely, still do. And, by the way, it showed how 4 women of different personalities could live together and solve their problems over cheesecake.
Yeah.
Over cheesecake.
Right.
There it is. Thank you very much, Grandma Emma. 105.9 The Mountain. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm fine. First, I have to say to Jeff, eat dirt and die, trash.
Wow. I love it. Thank you.
Ouch.
Please continue.
Wow.
Secondly, picture it. Miami, 1980s. Women were not vain in the 1980s. Nobody cared about plastic surgery.
Right.
Women married young, had their children, and became widows at a young age.
They did.
These women were ahead of their time in the 1980s. They discussed abortion, in vitro fertilization, gay marriage.
They did.
I could go on and on.
In the first episode, they had a gay chef. I mean, I know all about it. These were progressive, ahead of their time women, and they deserve to be celebrated, and I think a day is not too bad, right?
Yes, and I collect Golden Girls. I
Me
watch
too.
them every day.
All
They
right.
were a fantastic show, and don't ever put down my Golden Girls.
I'm learning that the hard way.
Listen, I am with you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sticking up for B and all the gals this morning, okay?
Thank you.
No,
All
thank you.
right,
Have
yeah.
a great day.
Yeah,
How
thanks
about
a lot.
that drop
Dead.
dead.
Yo, is that what it was?
You got a drop dead.
That's my first drop dead.
That is your first drop dead. It's been a while. How does
Wow.
it feel?
It hurts a little bit.
It hurts. 828-240-1059. 2-0. Is somebody going to come and help sweep this? Tell Jeff he's wrong. Don't tell him to drop dead.
The Golden Girls are overrated.
828-240-1059. You know what? I think it was eat dirt and die trash. That's what it is. So eat dirt and die trash.
Ouch.
I know that hurts. That hurts me for you.
Why would I eat dirt?
And die trash.
Oh, I guess. Oh, well, I would die if I'm eating the dirt. I get it now. Ouch, bad.
828-240-1059. What do you think?
Okay, you've heard both sides. It's time to pass your ruling. So put on your best Judge Judy or Night Court hat and call now. 828-240-1059. One of these guys is going home unhappy. The ruling is next on 105.9 The Mountain.
It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. Hopefully Jeff doesn't want you to eat trash and die. I don't know, Jeff.
Eat dirt and die trash.
Eat dirt, die trash.
That's what I was told, Jeff.
That's right, Jeff. What do you think here?
I heard it. You're just You're un-American. If you don't eat hot dogs, if you don't like the Golden Girls.
Wow. See that? It's un-American not to like the gals, isn't it?
I didn't watch it back when it was on. I caught it in all the heyday, when it got popular through reruns.
Yeah.
And it's my go-to show when I'm down and need a laugh.
Yeah. And do you now listen? I think that lady was a little rough, but do you agree that Jeff needs to eat dirt and die trash?
Not eat dirt. Maybe eat some trash, but not die or eat dirt. No.
Oh,
yeah.
So you just want me eating garbage now.
All right. So just eat garbage. All right.
Yeah.
You know what?
Good.
I got to tell you, this is a clean sweep, and this has been a violent listener court for Jeff.
I know.
It's been tough.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
I never thought that the Golden Girls would bring out so much anger and frustration and violence.
Everybody loved Betty White, but I'm a Blanche person. I love Blanche.
Well, you know what? You're the second Blanche person. Everyone gives it to Betty White because she lived the longest. But you're right. Blanche was great. She went to the Rusty Anchor. She sang. She was, she wasn't afraid to be sexy, right?
Oh, I know. She was great. Good, great.
You can't beat it. Listen,
well, thanks, guys. Have a good day.
You too, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. Have a great day. There it is, Jeff. Now, again, for those of you just tuning in, I want you to hear what this woman said to Jeff.
First, I have to say to Jeff, eat dirt and die trash.
Wow. I love it. Thank you.
Ouch.
Please continue.
Wow.
Secondly, picture it. Miami, 1980s. Women were not vain in the 1980s. Nobody cared about plastic surgery.
Right.
Women married young, had their children, and became widows at a young age.
They did.
These women were ahead of their time in the 1980s. And I collect Golden Girls. I watch them every day. They were a fantastic show. And don't ever put down my Golden Girls.
Wow. I'm learning that the hard way.
Eat dirt and die trash.
I think it's about time to end it there, Jeff. I think we've all learned not to mess with the Golden Girls, and I think you've been beaten up enough. Okay.
I think I've had enough today. Yes.
All right, stop crying. It's okay. We'll be right back. More of the Rizzo and Jeff show. So much more coming up. We're going to be talking about the Olympics, the JNN. You got some razzle dazzle. So much. So more show coming your way. Don't go anywhere. It's the Rizzo and Jeff show. It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. What did they say? Don't call it done yet after they eat trash and die?
Yeah, I've been ripped for my thoughts on the Golden Girls, and the call stated, don't call it done yet with listener court.
Wow. All right. What do we got? Don't call it done yet. Go ahead. Floor's yours. Floor's yours.
Morning, fellas. Don't call it done yet.
All right. What do you got?
Jeff, I got to apologize, everybody. It must be one of my relatives getting a hold of the phone there.
Yeah, well, they gave me an old eat dirt and die trash. That's a first for me in my many years doing this.
Yeah, that's one of our family mottos.
Yeah. So what do you think about the Golden Girls then, huh?
I don't give a rip about the Golden Girls. I'll hang in there with Jeff. A man can't stand alone in this world.
Wow.
No,
so you
I feel
called
like
to defend Jeff, even though we talk too much.
I'm riding solo today on this one.
Wait a second, though. One of you fellas had a picture that their B author shoved up on his bedroom wall. Which one of you was that?
That's me, Rizzo.
Yeah.
That's right next to my bed.
All right. Yeah. So Jeff, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm gonna stand with you, and I apologize for that dear relative of mine. She just off her rocker today, I guess.
Well, you go send Jose over after them kneecaps. You hear me?
I'll do it, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
All right, thanks.
Good.
All right, well, listen, we appreciate it. The one guy who usually calls to tell us to shut up is defending you.
I needed it today.
You did need it.
Yeah.
You needed it. Yeah, a lot more Rizzo and Jeff show coming up. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Okay, it's clear they learned nothing. So we'll have to do this again next week. Another edition of Listener Court next Tuesday at 8 a.m. Or you can pick up anywhere you left off, anywhere podcasts are found, by searching Rizzo and Jeff in the Morning.
It is 105.9 The Mount Asheville's Classic Rock. You have the Rizzo and Jeff show. It's time for the JNN. Jeff, what do you got cooking in your news cauldron over there?
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little Olympics. All wrapped in there with a little Mike Tirico craziness and Olympic swimmers peeing in the pool. So we'll do that. They're admitting to it. Okay, we'll talk about that as well. We're gonna talk about an Ingles on Merriman Avenue that was hit by some hooligans.
I know.
And they got robbed on Sunday night. We'll talk about that.
Where's my buddy Mark?
And on another robbery story, I feel like this could be something that I would do. Oh, no. And I'll tell you about what that is coming up, all right?
Time for the world famous, never imitated, never duplicated, and barely making it. The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
The JNN brought to you by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. They are tested, retested, engineered, and constantly re-engineered so that they can keep up with you. All right, because we all run together. Visit traininfo.com to visit your local independent train dealer. That is traininfo.com because it's hard to stop a train.
Yeah, first, a big shout out to our US men's gymnastics team. They've scored the first gold medal since 2008. Since 2008.
Was that Sochi?
They pulled it off. They were in Japan in 08 in Japan.
Tokyo.
Yeah, so Tokyo was the last one. So they wound up getting themselves some gold medals there, which is awesome because you put a lot of work and heart and soul into it. So no matter what the sport is, it's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing: I have the audio, and then I have the winning Olympian here. There's a two-parter here. One. Too much trumpet.
Okay.
Right. I can't deal with all this trumpet. Maybe I'm alone here. All right, 828-240-1059, the talk and text line. You can text in if you think it's too much trumpet. Just text trumpet or call and say trumpet.
Yeah.
All right? Is this too much trumpet?
Call and say trumpet.
Yeah, just call and say trumpet. Yeah. Too much trumpet, okay?
Right. Netarozic, you did your job!
Now it's official. The drought is over. There'll be no more questions of when. That time is now. Medalist at the Olympics, the US men.
At one point in your life, I hope everybody in the world gets to experience something like that.
Too much trumpet, too much fanfare, too much, what's that thing called? There's very little trombone, very little bassoon, very little viola. You know what I mean?
I need something easy. Give me a little tiptoe through the tulips. Calm this down a little bit.
It's so, and then to add insult to injury. Ladies and gentlemen, I know every single one of you listening, whether you're on the construction site, whether you're in the office, whatever it is, you also know of Mike Tirico. And Mike Tirico just can't help himself. And here's Mike Tirico, Jeff, who is calling this man Superman, telling him to wear a cape.
Right.
All right, like he's some kind of superhero.
It was like a viral thing, but go ahead. Let's hear Tirico.
Team USA gets a medal. I think you could see it right away when I land. Dude, goosebumps right now, man. This is the best moment of my life.
By the way, he just fist bumped him.
Okay.
Just gave him a fist bump.
All right.
I'm right. Now, here we go.
Internet has had so much fun with you on social media with the whole Superman deal, the whole Clark Kent deal. The glasses come off, Superman gets on the pommel, right? America said, that's our guy. Right?
Superman gets on the pommel. America said, that's our guy. Fist bump from Tirico. That's what I think.
That's a pile of cheese right there.
Yeah.
Tirico. Right.
And didn't you say that he's taking over football too?
NBA. The NBA. That's what they're talking about. Because NBA just, they couldn't do a deal with TNT, so they're just trying to figure out where they're going to go with it. Who's going to commentate
Tirico will do a deal.
Tirico's going to be the guy. Yep.
Great. Yeah. All right. Basketball. Woo.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, and we had gotten to a conversation about this yesterday, also talking about the Olympics, but we had talked about peeing in the pool.
Yes,
and
we
how,
did.
And how people just, refuse to admit to it. But then a lot of calls came in yesterday. Several.
It took an hour.
It took an hour of people just admitting to it. The minute that they hit the water, it just is what it is. And Olympic swimmers, this is their policy. There's 3 of them that came out to talk about peeing in the pool. Katie Hoff says, it sounds gross.
Katie, a woman?
Katie, a woman. It sounds
Okay.
gross to outsiders, but because there's so much chlorine in the pool, you don't even think about it. I bring you to Lily King.
Oh,
also a
another
swimmer.
female.
Lily King. I pee in every single pool I swam in.
So that means that maybe it's a woman thing.
She said that's just how it goes. I can actually pee while I'm swimming. I mean, what a talent.
That is a talent. I'll give her that.
And then you get Cullen Jones, who
man or woman?
I'm not sure.
Cullen, I think's a man.
Either way.
Go ahead.
But I'd have to Google it. But Cullen Jones says, of course, has to pee on the party here. No pun intended. You never want to swim through a warm patch.
Oh, that's a man.
You're crop dusting everyone. That's foul.
Wait a minute. Crop dusting has nothing to do with.
Well, I think he's trying to just equate it. There's a patch, warm patch of pee. But, you get Katie and Lily, no problem with it whatsoever. And you get Cullen, who's got to, ruin everything.
So am I to understand, all right, that the women who are clean, beautiful, they keep, listen, they always say that a man is the head, but the woman is the neck that turns the head. The women really run things in our lives. And you mean to tell me that the women are peeing in the pool while good old Cullen, 6'5", born February 29th, 1984, New York City at 6'5", 207 pounds, tells me that he doesn't like pee in the pool? But the women say I pee in every pool I'm in, including at the Olympics?
I'm right there with you, ladies.
It's time for the... Wait, no.
Gross!
Really. I mean, who would...
Can you put the news back on?
The JNN.
This is the news.
The Jeff News Network. A wealth of useful and mostly useless information.
All right, and I have 2 quick robbery stories, okay? I feel like this would be... I don't know if I'd rob, but I'd be pretty pissed, so you can kind of understand. There's a man that robbed a Burger King after his coupon was rejected. Okay, so he rolls up. Sometimes you get them in the mail. If you get the paper, you get the big square thing for the BK, and they tell you 2 chicken sandwiches
but
for
they
$6.
expire.
But it's expired, right? So he said, you know what? You don't want to take it. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. And
I'm going to stick you up?
Yeah, he pushed the clerk to the floor, stole the cell phone, broke open the cashier, took out a bunch of cash, and then left with a Whopper Jr. So guess what?
Right? Yo, my!
All right, yeah.
Just give him the Whopper!
All right, and one final robbery story. This happened a little close to home.
Yeah, and we're worried about our friend Mark, man.
Is this Ingles store number 3?
It has to be. There's not 2 Ingles on Merriman in that proximity.
All right. Sunday night around 9:29, employees told police they were walking into the store with a bag of money when 2 masked men approached them with handguns and demanded money. The employees smartly dropped the bag. The men took it before they left it, a dark-colored Subaru Crosstrek SUV, and it had a dealer tag on it. So that happened on Sunday night. So I don't know, if our buddy Mark, if he was working, I don't know what he's doing.
I haven't heard, and I'm actually looking up the Facebook messages now. I haven't talked to him since, so I messaged him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And hopefully he's okay. But I mean it's really close to home, and you think to yourself, Merriman Ave. I mean, there is a little bit of shadiness that goes on at that Shell and stuff, but you would think like where the Harris Teats is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like that. It's a grocery store. If you're thinking it's going to be in English, you probably think it'd be the one on Patton Ave.
But somebody would have had to have known that about that time that those employees came in at that time with that bag of cash. Don't you think? Or I mean, it doesn't seem like a random thing. Do you know what I mean?
Right. It doesn't seem random, but
who knows?
It just, so you think it was an inside job.
I'm not saying that. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but it doesn't seem random. Whether they were scoping the place out, whatever it might have been, and, eyeing it, which could totally be the case, but, so be very careful out there, man.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, we're thinking about you. All right. Well, anyway, Mike Tirico, go away. Moral of the story.
That's the moral?
Come on, Weaverville. It's time to rock out with the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Nobody? Candler? Black Mountain? Anka? Woodfin? Bueller? Anyone? Well, they're new, so here's to rocking out on 105.9 The Mountain.
Maybe I am petty. It's Rizzo and Jeff, 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. I was humbled at the amount of people who commented on the 105.9 The Mountain Facebook page, Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah, and if you don't know, Rizzo just needs to horn in on like news stories and things like, the JNN My Thing, but he always believes that there is one news story or two that he believes that you care about, and
you miss them. You don't put them in there because you don't think they're good enough.
Well, I think they suck, and he thinks that what they will do, in his words, is razzle dazzle you. So is that where we're heading next?
Yeah, I'm going to razzle it, but first I want to give you some cars. All right, but then we're going to razzle and dazzle.
Okay, you're going to attempt to, and then we'll see.
Really?
We'll see what you got.
Well, you look at the comments. Let's go to the 105.9 The Mountain Facebook page. People are razzled and dazzled.
Yeah. What do you got for us up next? The local library got a new typewriter. What do you have for us in your stories? Can't wait.
I'll tell you what. Turkeys and gorillas.
Turkeys and gorillas. There you go, people. I implore you to listen.
It's real simple. 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. And I'm here to do one thing.
Razzle dazzle. It's time to turn it on. Razzle dazzle. Get up on your feet and razzle dazzle. We're gonna razzle dazzle you. Yes, we're gonna razzle dazzle.
Wow. Here to razzle dazzle you.
You are really trying to make this dumb thing stick, huh?
It's sticking. It's not me.
Oh no!
Look at the Facebook. It's beloved. We look at the messages. I loved it. Folks love it. You love it.
So basically, this is a couple of stories that you believe people want to hear.
That you missed in the JNN. You had two opportunities today to talk about them, and you didn't.
And you feel these will razzle-dazzle people. Okay. All right.
So the first razzle-dazzle story, there is Gorillas sofas that are being made in China. And unfortunately, the Chinese, they don't have any say. They were just recently told, you must make 10,000 gorilla sofas. Now, what you don't know about these gorilla sofas is that, yes, they are shaped like gorillas. However, they are 13 feet high by an astounding 10 feet wide. So these are humongous gorilla sofas, and these poor Chinese workers are making pennies on the dollar, making this massive Chinese gorilla order because this company created an AI sofa. I'm going to turn it around here. They created this AI sofa and said that they were going to create it, and they didn't think anyone would buy it. Well, they got thousands of orders, and now they are forcing the factories, the factory workers at 25 cents an hour to make these huge gorilla sofas. They are $7,000. And again,
everybody's got $7,000 for a gorilla sofa.
Well, I'll tell you what. According to Sun Yao Foshan, okay, the furniture store that came up with the idea, they're on back order, and they have 600 gorilla sofas that they're going to make. So they can come with regular gorillas. You could have gorillas and gorilla babies. Here's one with gorilla and all of the gorilla babies, so you could sit on those. You could have a families of gorillas, but they all, and the armrests are actual gorilla arms. So this is a big-time news story out of China that you didn't razzle or dazzle us with, didn't tell us, and frankly, didn't really do your job.
Don't care about China. They just spy on us and steal all our stuff, and so.
Well,
not worried about China.
All right. Well,
I haven't found decent Chinese food here either.
Yeah, it is. It is tough. It's tough to find decent Chinese food. That's a good point. All right, my second razzle-dazzle story of the day, very important. Again, I can't believe you didn't mention this, but you never flip the bird to a turkey. When you find a turkey and you think to yourself, well, these are just little pea-brain birds. They're not going to remember me. They're not going to hurt me. They're not going to come back and attack me. You are wrong. There was a woman who got into an altercation verbally with a turkey. This turkey remembered her. This turkey came to her home, and this turkey beat her car half to death. And you say, well, what does that mean? Well, I'll let her explain.
All sides of my car were messed up, like completely scratched. We were already a little out of it. Saw the note, was like, oh gosh, someone hit my car. It says, I just watched and recorded a massive turkey attack your car for over 15 minutes. Sorry you were the target of this turkey rage.
Now, turkey rage, Jeff. Big deal happening in the United States of America. And I'm looking here, and this woman, if you read, got into a verbal altercation with said turkey across the street at the park from her house. The turkey hid behind a tree because it knew it couldn't do anything right away, waited for her to go inside, and then attacked her car for not 5, not 10, not 12, not 13, but 15 straight minutes. And it has now caused $6,320 in damage. So you can razzle, you can dazzle, but there's a turkey that's attacking. So what's the moral of the story here? All right? Do not mess with a turkey if you're not ready to suffer the consequence.
Yeah, that was a good one. Jeffrey, I'm sorry Rizzo can't just let you have your moment with the JNN. Tell him don't be an attention hog. Yep, I said it. Stand with JNN, the OG news. That's the hashtag. Okay?
Is that the hashtag?
Yeah.
Stand with the JNN?
The OG news.
No sleep till The Rizzo and Jeff Show. One is older and wiser. The other? Now the other's life fell to pieces and his fiance is out of glue. Yeah, you get what you get. Here's to hoping we made the right decision. Weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m.
105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, The Rizzo and Jeff Show. So, time for things that didn't make the show because we got a lot. We got to a lot, but we got bogged down as well. It happens every day, but that's what makes this show fun. So, without any further ado...
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's what didn't make the show on 105.9 The Mountain.
Okay. I'm going to give you guys a tip. Maybe you use drugs, maybe you don't. We're not here to judge you.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. We actually pulled into work and there was a guy sleeping on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's having a good night.
He was having a good night.
Yep.
If you're going to hide drugs, okay, in a bag, okay, do not write on the bag, quote, bag of drugs for me. When you write bag of drugs on your bag of drugs and the police or the airport sees that, they're going to know that it's a bag of drugs.
Yeah, but I think...
Just throwing that out there.
Listen, I think...
Just throwing it out there.
Listen, I think the game behind this was for them to just maybe either chuckle or go, all right, these are just like your, your ibuprofen and things of that nature. Your bear with caffeine for back and body. It could, any of those.
Yeah, you know what, though, Jeff? It's just not worth the aggravation or fight, right? You want to go to an airport with ibuprofen or whatever and write bag of drugs, you know what's going to happen. You're going to be forever flagged. Like you said, when you're 800 pounds, if you're a big, you always get the search. You want to be forever flagged by the TSA because you thought you were a funny ha-ha guy?
Speaking of funny ha-ha, I had a friend who did this to his wife. He said, don't worry, honey, I have your bag. I'll carry your bag and put it through TSA. And while he did it, he had put an adult toy in there and turned it on. So when it went through TSA, they said, whose bag is this? She said, me. And they went to check the bag, and that's what it was in there. Yeah.
Did they,
did they let her laugh? You laugh, and you move along. All right? Laugh
Did they get in trouble?
No, you don't get in trouble for that. You laugh, you move along. You have to laugh it off.
Was it pretty noticeable?
Wow. Hey, look.
Is that a yes?
I don't know how you're doing that, but,
Okay.
Come on.
I get it. All right.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's what didn't make the show on 105.9 The Mountain.
Before I talk about a woman's love of bedpans, I thought we were done with her. I believe last week in the JNN, you reported that the Hawk Tua girl, or Haley Welch, she went to a country concert, walked on stage, and got nothing. Isn't that right, Jeff?
There was nothing there, right? So, then this past week, yesterday, I reported that she's got stuff now at Spencer's.
Merch,
you can go to Spencer's at Asheville Mall and pick up some merch of hers. So, she's still hanging in there. Yeah, you got to give it. Still hanging in.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just kind of sick of it. It's sort of like me. I get tired. I get my fill of things like her or politics or whatever. Anyway, so this girl met her celebrity crush. Now, I know who Matt Rife is for a couple of reasons. One,
comedian.
He's the comedian. He's a comedian, excuse me. But he's the comedian that your wife or your daughter is in love with. Baby Hands and her friend, my fiance and her friend, think that he is just
He's
top
a
of
hunk.
the pops.
He's a hunk.
Is he a hunk?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
good looking guy.
He's not me.
and you're not him.
Thanks. Well, anyway, she got to meet her celebrity crush, the Hawk Tua girl, Haley Welch, got to meet Matt Rife, and this was the interaction.
Matt, you're really making a Wish Kids Day today.
Are you dying?
I asked Haley her celebrity crush, and it's, yeah. Don't look at me like that.
Miss Haley Welch?
Yeah, Miss Haley Welch.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
He
you?
knows who she is. I'm doing better now. Thanks for the ego boost. I appreciate it.
All right, here's my thing about this.
That's your ego boost?
Well, here's my thing about this.
Come on, dude. That dude could have any chick he wants.
That's what upsets me.
Yeah.
And this girl's not even, like, she's pretty, but she's not
No,
like...
she's pretty.
She's very pretty. Yeah. I'm not saying that, but she's not my type either, but she's pretty, but she's not like, according to this guy who's a hunk.
Right.
Who could get any girl he wants. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's just, I look at it and I maybe it's just me. I'm jealous. It's just like, you know what? I could be him. I'm just, let me pull up a picture of him real quick. Wait a minute. Let me just see how I stack up. Let me see. Matt.
You don't stack.
You
stopped stacking years ago.
Let me tell you something.
Your stacking stopped.
Okay, let me tell you. I look just like this guy.
Oh, do you?
I look just like this guy. Let me go to images. First off, are you telling me that I do not look like this guy right here?
That's what I'm telling you.
You're
Yes.
this guy?
Yeah.
Right here? You don't think I have the chiseled jaw lines? You don't think I have the pectorals, the definition? None of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The smile?
You got a jawline. It's just comes out. Doesn't chisel. It's just there. There could be two of them.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's What Didn't Make the Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
Jeff, what are your thoughts about the bedpan?
Look, it's going to happen one day.
For you?
Yeah.
It'll probably happen for me, too.
Yeah, we're going to be bedpan boys one day.
Maybe we could do that's it. Maybe when we get to that age, like 60, 65, like we can be the bedpan boys. Instead of the Rizzo and Jeff show, be the bedpan boys.
Yeah.
So you
That'll do it.
Please hire the bedpan boys.
Yeah. No, we're okay. Thank you.
We'll do it for $14,000
We're
a
an
year.
equal opportunity employer, except for the bedpan boys. So, all
right. So there's this woman. She was a nurse who has collected currently, right now, 160 bedpans. A bedpan from every decade in the 18 and 1900s. She loves the bedpan. She says she loves the fact that the bedpan is so easy. It's so accessible. She says, yes, there might be remnants, but it's remnants of civilizations past. Yeah. And I, quote, love them. Sometimes I just lay with them. Sometimes I smell them. Sometimes I feel like I know the person who used the bedpan.
Oh, that's it. You're touched by the person in the 1800s who was getting their leg sawed off and needed a bedpan. They're the ones that you're in touch with.
Here's the thing. I think what she neglects to mention is that I think she enjoys the corn bedpans, because corn doesn't digest. Mm-hmm. And I think that she feels closer to those people because she could see that, because she says it looks like some, in her collection, that the people from the Victorian era ate some of the same things that she did, be it corn, be it oats, oatmeal, things of that nature. So she likes the historical significance of having bedpans all around her house, on her table, in her bed.
Good for her. All right. Somebody board up her windows and lock her in there, okay? I don't know what's going on with that. Can we move on from this bedpan conversation, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, it's done.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show. It's like watching a car drive down the wrong side of the road. You can't look away. The Rizzo and Jeff Show. We'll be right back on 105.9 The Mountain.